Hello and welcome everyone to another episode of my VRChat World Showcase series. As always, I want to show you guys 10 cool worlds in VRChat, and let's get right started. The first world that we're in is called Jewel Plane by Trixelized, and it is a very small and optimized, nice homeworld, I think. This world is only 2 megabytes big. You will probably get all the frames that you need on any kind of computer because it's really optimized, and it looks pretty for what it is. So just to show you around, you have this small kind of fun visual effect here, that's nice. There's a mirror over there, you always need that, especially in the homeworld, and then there's a couple of settings. But that's basically it. It's a very nice place with good music, nice visuals, optimized. I think it's a perfect place for a homeworld because you can always go back to this place when your PC is struggling, when you have a headache or I don't know what. You will be here instantly, it's super small. It is soothing, it is calm. The next world that we're in is called RØDREVEN Scandinavian Island Home by Kevin the Fox. I have no idea if I pronounced that name correct. And yeah, this is a very nice home world as well. You have a very pretty house, a very nice view outside on the sea. Inside the house, the interior design is super pretty. You have a chess table, you have a couple of other mini games that you can play. You have a lot of settings with bloom and color grading and all the things that you could imagine. There's a kitchen, there's a bathroom, there's a cozy corner, and it's just a very comfy world where you can watch videos, where you can hang out and talk with friends, play games, and have a good time. The next world that we're in is called Kingdom Scrolls by Jar, and it's a very fun roleplay game. Just to explain a little bit how it works, you will have one king or queen that is seated over there, and then you will need a couple of other players that roleplay a character coming to the king or queen with some kind of text. You will have some scrolls over here, there's 3 there, and then on the other side there's also 3 scrolls that have text on it. For example, this request is by an orphan, and then one player gets the scroll, then roleplays as this orphan goes to the queen or king and reads the text. In the best case scenario, you also try to voice act or like roleplay a little bit with body language and everything, and then propose that request to the king. The king then has the option to either approve or deny the request with either the feather or the stamp that is over here. You just take the feather and then you sign it. Approved. Boom. And depending on your decisions as a king, the stats of your kingdom, which are over here, will change, and you need to take care that you make smart decisions. And there's also things like objectives. For example, you need to survive an attack or something like that, and the longer you play, the more different story elements will be introduced into the game. And if you have enough players, you can also play with additional advisors that also can unlock specific things. For example, the prison. You can lock people away if they propose something with necromancy or something like that. All in all, it's a really fun roleplay game. If you like doing roleplay and you have a couple other friends that like to do roleplay as well, I recommend you go here. I need to do this again. I've only done this once, and that was like 3 years ago almost, and it was super fun. I kind of want to do it again because it gives you ideas to roleplay. You don't need to make up everything out of your own brain, but you have just the text that you can read and you can just roleplay your behavior. But you don't need to roleplay or think about the content. So that's helpful. The next world is called Malion et Atelier by TouAsaya, and this world is a little bit interesting. On one hand, I really like the aesthetic. Like, it's an attic with very nice visuals, but it's also a little bit spooky. So let me break it down. This is where you spawn. It has a very nice aesthetic. It looks very nice. You have autumn outside. And if you just look around, it's an attic. It looks good. There's nothing really too weird going on. It's also pretty cool because you have books in here that you can actually grab and like read. And there's like content. It's all in Japanese, but it's kind of cool. Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand it, but it's interesting. But now comes the spooky part. It's basically a dollhouse. There's so many dolls and you will see them everywhere. At the start you won't notice anything, but then you look closer and it gets a little bit more spooky over time. So let's start by looking over in this direction. We have a desk and there's a hand. These are pens. The fingers. That's something you can write with, it's a pen. And there's an eye, which is the eraser. It's a little bit spooky, but I guess it fits the theme. The next thing that I've noticed later on is down there, there's a luggage, and if you open it, there's just a doll lying in there, which really shocked me the first time I saw it by accident. Next thing that can also happen is there's this clock right here, which is really nice, but sometimes it actually rings, like every 5 minutes or so, I don't know, and it kind of shocked me the first time. And yeah, if we go over to the main room, right here you have a lot more dolls and also an area over there. There's even one doll here that you can kind of control and do things with. I just have no idea how it works, but I don't know, maybe you're smart and you can control the doll here. I don't. And there's a table with a lot more doll stuff, and there's, I don't know, doll parts hanging here. But yeah, that's basically the world. I don't know, you can judge it for yourself. It's a very nice atmosphere. I like it as a hangout place. If you're not scared by dolls, then this is probably a cool place. If you find dolls a little bit creepy, then maybe this is not the best place for you. The next world that we're in is called Office Music Video by MomoTheMonster. And we are in an office, which is nothing too special. I think this is a prefab that you can purchase. But the interesting part is the music video part. If we click on start here, there will be cameras going around. The phone will start ringing, music will start to play. And you can act or roleplay and make a music video out of it. So if I press start right now, the camera will switch over to that perspective. First of all, looking at the phone, and then it will follow me around in the room where I'm doing crazy things, and I can like panic and search through files and I don't know, what do I do? But yeah, that's basically it. I think it's a really fun concept. A year ago or maybe 2, I've messed around with this a bit and tried to record something that's funny. But yeah, easy way to make an office music video. It's cool. The next world that we're in is called Mountain Lake Sanctuary by yeevil. And it's a very, very pretty environment with a very, very nice atmosphere. Soothing music, very nice ambient sound, and just a world that is very pleasant to be in my opinion. There's beautiful guardrails, a beautiful lake. There's some animals going around. And on top of all of this, it's also actually not even bad performing. Like, I usually have all of my 90 frames when I'm here, even with people. And for how good it looks, I think it's fairly well optimized. It looks absolutely stunning. You can easily just hang out in here, or you can also take some very, very nice pictures. So yeah, it's just a good world. A good nature world outside in the forest with a lake. The next world is probably pretty quick again. It's called Yayoi Autumn Lake by Yayoi. And once again, if you follow the channel for a while, you kinda know how Yayoi worlds look like and what their purpose is. It's an autumn lake, it looks very pretty, it has nice atmosphere, and you can just hang out in here, talk with people, or take some really nice pictures. I like the atmosphere, it looks good. But other than that, there's not really too much to do, and it's also not perfectly well optimized, so you kind of need a little bit stronger PC if you want to have more frames in here. Nonetheless, I really like it visually, so I want to show it to you. Just in case you're ever looking for a nice autumn world, this is definitely a good place to start with. The next world that we're in is called Pandora Night by Finns. And it is a very, very good looking... How do I even call this? And it is a very, very good looking... tropical forest, mystical forest. I don't really know how you would label it. It looks very, very pretty. Everything is huge. There's waterfalls, there's huge trees, there's huge dinosaurs, there's a lake, and the atmosphere is very, 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 very nice and cool and good. In this world you can definitely just go around and take a lot of really cool pictures. I've also just sat down on a campfire. There's also a campfire with a tent. And talk with people. We've been sitting there for, I don't know, 2 hours from 1 AM to 3 AM and just had deep talks. That was pretty nice. And there's also one thing that I did not expect at first when I was coming here, but I really enjoyed looking, like lying down on the floor and looking up in the sky. Like you can see, like you can just see the leaves of the giant trees, but honestly, this felt really, really cool. I really enjoyed just lying down, looking up into the trees. This was actually more interesting than some of the really beautiful universe skyboxes. I really enjoyed doing that here. That was fun. It's another Finns world, right? Finns does good stuff. You know that. Go check it out. Next world that we're in is called Lightcycle Arena by MyroP. And it's basically a Tron world. If you've seen Tron, there's these really cool bicycles and you can drive around in this arena with friends. It's a game world. And you can steer 90 degrees, you can jump over things, and after you will draw a trail that is kind of a wall. And you need to make sure that you don't crash into your own walls, and that you also don't crash into the walls of your other opponents. You just drive around, try to avoid all the walls, maybe try to trap your friends that they crash into your walls, and it's very well executed. It's a fun game. The more people you have, the more fun it is. But yeah, it's a well executed game world. If you like Tron, it's very cool. It looks good. It's fun. And our last world for today is called Cosmic Vibes by Kirk. In here you are in a small house that is not too special, but it has a nice atmosphere, and then if you go outside, you have this very pretty pink moon, and I guess generally just a pretty good looking atmosphere. It's honestly nothing too special, doesn't really have anything to offer that I wouldn't get from other worlds, but something caught my eye. I liked the ambience, I felt comfortable being in here. There's nice music playing, nice visuals, and you can take some nice pictures or just hang out with friends. But yeah, that's already it. I thank you all for watching. Did you have a favorite world out of all of these 10? If yes, please let me know down in the comments. Generally, if you have feedback or anything you want to tell me, feel free to leave it down in the comments. Or I also have a Discord server, it's also in the description, feel free to join. Maybe we can chat, or if you have any questions or suggestions or recommendations or whatever, feel free to let me know. In the description there's the links to all of the worlds with timestamps. There's also a link to my GitHub project where I collected a lot of worlds and categorized them. And a couple of other links to the playlist, all the other episodes and stuff, you know the deal. But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed. Leave a like if you did, and I wish all of you a wonderful rest of your day. Bye bye!